Okay. Mm-mm. So right now, it's excuse me. It's October 21st. And I'm trying to frame the marketplace for today. I want to see how price reacts to this. There's three daily lows that we haven't taken the low of, 4 or 5. Yeah, so I like this target. In these relative equal lows. We're still in the middle of this. So as long as we're in this, not really interested. So that means, dude, this is bad. Don't want too much on my charts. So we have this 4 hour gap. And the daily right here, which is very close to there. And then the day we came up, we have relative equal highs right above here, completely to the same pip. So maybe we take that out. I'm looking at how we close this 4 hour and how we respond around this wick. This one. So and I guess these two. So 10 in the middle of this gap. That if ES goes above that high, we go into here. That's a good shorting opportunity on the 1 hour. We have relative equal highs here. And here. So I kind of like the idea of these relative equal highs right here. 583. And then us like touching the top of this. I like that idea. And we're gonna use so let me clear my thoughts. Okay. Mhm. So I like the idea that as long as we're above this, see that? It's a great buy right there. With that open. When we open up, I would like to see a drop, but not a close below this. And then a continuation higher. I would like to see us use the middle point, and I would buy it into these relative equal highs. And here. Okay. So this is my narrative on the higher time frame. I would like to see price take out these relative equal highs, especially after going lower here. I'd like to see price go up here and then go back down. And maybe make an SMT. And also look, every time I buy or sell, it automatically gives me a take profit of 100 ticks and a stop loss of 50 ticks. That is amazing. I'm actually so excited for that. Okay. Now, there's no news today. There was not, there's a large overnight run, but our opening gap is not going to be that big. And I'm particularly bullish for just this morning session, especially with the close of this. We could just spike up in there right now. We can kind of meander and and stay below here. You know, maybe the 4 hour ends like this, come down and then go. Maybe we just go right now and then come down later into this wick. Oh, I'm gonna go put on some pants. Okay. Yeah, so I do like the idea of us going up and taking out those relative equal highs in the morning session. And maybe having an SMT divergence with one of them. And for ES, I'm looking at these two wicks. We could go above there, and mainly this one too. So that's for the 4 hour. For the 1 hour, quite the same. You have this, and 15-minute. You have these relative equal highs, same as here. And you have all these on the 5 minute, but on the 15 minute, it looks continuous. So we will see. We'll see what it takes us to, but I really want to just slow things down right now. Okay. Today, you have the entire day to find one setup. It does not have to occur in the first 30 minutes of the day. It does not have to occur in the first session of the day. You are finding a clear and precise setup. You are doing enough. 1 micro is more than enough, and you're doing good. What does the market want to do? Now, in my opinion, these highs with this fair value gap above is too smooth. And given that I'm bearish, I would like the beginning of the week to go higher. And I think that if we close now lower, probably not going to be able to do that. And I'm using wicks to justify this run, this new week opening gap, and weekly gap. Pretty much all that I need. And if you take a look at the 15 minute, basically goes to the low here. The bodies do close there, but here they don't. So that's why I'm inclined for that. There has been relative equal lows made here, but liquidity taken out here. Also, let's take into account this range, which is right above here, and right above here. So, if we close above here, retap it and go before we take out that, I'd like to be a participant. Initially, we could either just straight up shoot up, or we can go a little lower. If we straight up shoot up, I would like to see it go from another high, and then that other high to be a turtle soup. We have about 3 minutes until the opening bell, and I think I have a pretty clear narrative. If it drops, so here's the thing: you have to be very slow in your analysis, but when it's live, you have to know what you're looking for. You can't be like a deer in the spotlights, headlights. Yeah. So it could drop. I don't want to see it take out this low first, but that could actually happen. Want to see it maybe use this as support, and then go higher using this as anchorage, and anywhere above here I'm fine. And then here, as targets. It does not have to go above these highs. Um, and yeah. I miss surfing with the boys. Yeah. So our opening gap is, from 28 to 84, so about 50 points. Should mean midpoint is around right here. And look at that, we nearly took out these relative equal highs right in the first candle. And boom. I'm very curious to see how this 15-minute will close. And consequently, the 4 hour. It's possible that we just go lower from here because we hit mid gap. That's very interesting. I want to get in a trade so bad, but this is very interesting. This is actually very doable turning point because we have SMT divergence into a 4-hour gap, taking relative equal highs. We can definitely go lower now. If we break below this low, then I would see it, especially this right here. And as long as we're sitting at the midpoint, I don't really want to touch it. And especially not if the 1 minute fair value gap has been made. If it hasn't been made, I mean, so if ES stays below these lows, then I think we can see lower prices. However, if it tries to push above these highs with a clear sign like a closing above this and this, and NQ closing above that, then I could see us going into here. So the power of higher time frame is incredible because you see, look, all this is an SMT, a failure to get up there, and we're getting into here, which is this wick's midpoint, this wick's midpoint, and honestly, I'll label that a failure to get above there. If we can maneuver around that wick, then I would like to see us going higher. If not, I see us going lower, especially with the 5-minute close below this. If it closes like that, I might sell. But we haven't had a fair value gap yet. Though I think, somewhere here, it's a good sell. Especially for ES. ES looks like it just had its 930 gap right here. Never mind. Okay. Remember, you gotta wait for your 930 gap. And if it doesn't form, then maybe that's a good thing. Remember, you're only 6 minutes into the day. Maybe all ES did was just go into this fair value gap. Now if it closes above there, you're just gonna go in there. Man, it's like running. And it just hit that target. But ES still hasn't done that. But I am bullish. into this 15-minute fair value gap. And we did close above that, of course. But I don't see ES willing to move, and I don't think NQ is going to go up here if ES doesn't find its rhythm. I'm curious to see where this 15-minute candle closes. And based on that, I think I'll have a lot more information. So this was, I mean, both of these. This run up into here. Boom. Was one setup. And this SMT right there into there was another. But it's just not mine. So this is only good things can come from this. Because I'm only learning. No, it's not my model. I can see it happening, yes. But I'm not going to capitalize because it's not my model. So now that we have our 930 gap, ES doesn't. And this is the closing of a 5-minute, which I just don't like, for bullishness' sake. I'd say I'll short if we go below here, like that. Maybe that's a good short. So what did I say? Said if we see a high from like that, I want to see it pierce one more time, then turtle sweep lower. And that's definitely in the books right now. But ES still hasn't formed a 930 fair value gap. If it goes into here, I'll sell. I don't know why I did that. I did that out of anger. Because if it does go down, it's probably going to go back up when the 15-minute closes, which means that I should probably wait. And if I don't admit my defeat right now, I'm probably going to get stopped out today. Oh. 6:45. 6:45. Why would you sell that? Dude, it's a 1 minute chart. ES hasn't even had a 930 gap, so you don't know which way it's going to go. You're looking for good setups. You told yourself if it goes below and then it comes up, you're going to sell. And nothing of what you said happened. And then you got in and you got in again because of anger. And now you have to face the consequences. If you break the rules, you face the consequences, which is this. And just so you know, like, this is the worst feeling ever, because I told myself it's 6:45. The market's been open for 15 minutes and I'm already stopped out, which means that the market's going to be open for another 6 hours and I have no ability to trade and I have lost money, and that's on me. And why did I push the button when I had no setup? And I think, I don't know what it is. It's in my lack of it's a lack of patience. But why is there a lack of patience? Do I just want to get it over with? Do I just think it's not gonna form later in the day? Do I just want to trade for the sake of trading? So there is no setup. There was no setup. As of right now, we're bullish. If the 15-minute closed down here, yes, but you didn't even wait for the 15-minute to close. You didn't even wait for the 4 hour to close. So now we have no SMT. ES has made its first fair value gap. We're probably going to keep pushing higher. And I like the idea of us taking out these highs and ES going above these highs. So for me, and also look where the 10 a.m., the 9:46 low is. For me, this would have been a good buy, or this to midpoint to here, to this midpoint. And if not, then I would wait. You could buy here. Or you could wait for it to close above here and then buy the first fair value gap there. It's also 9:50 now. So you'd want to see its support here. And it doesn't matter because this is still good. You'd want to see it go up though now. So now that we have a clear defined target, which is these relatively equal highs, which is only about 50 points away, we can look for something that aids us in our buy. And the thing is, if price is above this, and mainly this, I think we're still bullish. We have this right here, and to here. The price could go all the way down here, even down here, and still be bullish. Uh, it's just an if-then statement, and you broke the rules this morning, so you suffer the consequences. And it could it only has to happen as much as you allow it to. and you have to develop. Look, see, boom, and now it's gonna go. Um, and you could have gotten at the bottom of here, here, when it gets in there, when it gets into the middle there, into the middle there, into the middle there, and your stop would be below the middle right here and right under the fair value gap. So 60, and that's a reasonable stop. And now it's most likely gonna go. I would take one partial off. Terminus would be up here. I would take, no, terminus would be here. If I had two contracts, I would take one off when ES gets above here, and I'd take one off when it gets above here. It doesn't need to go above here for me to be profitable. And that's it. That's all it is. And these guardrails are in place so that you're going to break the rules in these first couple months. So I have guardrails that allow me to break the rules and not break my neck or fall off the mountain. And this is like learning how to ride a bike. You know, at first, you just fall. Then you're on it. And then you're scared to be on it for more than 5 seconds. Just like being scared to hold a trade. And then you learn how to do it. And you learn how to do tricks. And you learn how to do that. But all along, the parent. So now I would move my stop to 7.6. Right there. And I see ES going into here while NQ's staying in there. And I would buy one more right there. So when you fall off, when your child falls off a bike, do you say, "You stupid son of a bag? You are so stupid. How could you fall off that bike? You're so, so stupid. I can't believe you." No. You tell them, "Hey, buddy, you did good. You did great. See, you didn't die. You didn't break a bone. You're doing good, buddy. Come on, let's go again. You got this." And that's it. So right now, I want to see ES close above this. I don't like that. And I would probably put my stop below here now at 8.4. And I would want to see ES go higher from here. But yeah, now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. In another perspective right now, we still have a 4-hour SMT. We completely filled it in here, but ES didn't even touch it here. If ES does that after not even going above these highs, I don't know what to say, but it's not good. So if I was in the market right now, if I was a market maker, I would send it higher right now, then send it lower into the wick later. But I would send it higher right now, unless they want that open. Okay, so I guess the question is, what would an appropriate stop be? And for me, it would just still be right under here at 7 to 4. That's the most appropriate stop. Uh, I don't see the reason for ES's reluctance. So it's 10 a.m. now, and the 4 hour closed, and we closed right there. If we take out this high, don't close above it, I would short. So I'm gonna go into paper trading, and I'm gonna do what I should have done, is a good trade. So let me frame what I think is going to happen. So as long as we are below that, we close again below that, I think we're going to go lower. This right now is the most important level on our charts. would be bullish. But I don't see ES. And if ES closes above here, then I see it now. And I take it back. Okay, here's the thing. And it all comes back to rules. That's all it is. You're not. Look, it just pierced the high. The ideal buy would have been at 855 right here. And from then on, it just went straight shot. Now, from here, I'm sorry to say, but you're already above 50%. And at 9:30, it went below once here. So after 9:30, you only had one actually good setup because what? After 50%, it's not going back, but then it can retrace, 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 and make you feel like it's not going there. But the people who got into positions here, they're not even worried. They know it's going up there. And for short, There has been no viable short, not one. Right now, when you just shorted because it closed there, why don't you let it close below here, tap, close below here, tap. Then I would say that's good. So the good thing is that you know all this stuff. You see all this stuff. You are equipped with with a rocket launcher in the Ice Age era, in medieval times. But you have to learn how to use it. You have to learn that you can't shoot the rocket launcher whenever you want. Because if you do, it might backfire. Um, so I like that. I like that you frame the narrative from down here, not from up here. From up here, it's already past 50%. So that level past 50%. How about you say, okay, if it's above there, I'm not even allowed to buy. I missed it for this morning. How about that? There's nothing wrong with that if you see it. And you getting in a trade above 50% is actually more harmful for you because that's not what you do. And then you wait. You still watch the session until 8:10. Because you know it's repeatable. And this is only good knowledge that you're soaking in. But you have to have a good mindset. You can't beat yourself up, and you have to give yourself constant good talk. So let's try it right now. Google Chrome, every time before we close the charts, we're going to do this. We're going to go Trader Tradeovate. And here. Then you see here, we lost. Um, okay, day 2. And dollar amount